make. What's it make? Hey everybody, thanks for watching. All right, I was watching YouTube the other day and something really interesting came up that sounded cool, but I wanted to put it to somewhat of like a semi-scientific test. Phil Mickelson and Bryson DeChambeau had a Break 50 episode on Bryson's channel. And Phil said to Bryson, hey, you're one of the most solid putters I've ever seen, like 6 feet and in, or even like really like 4 feet and in. Just so solid on those short putts, especially during Bryson's US Open win. And Phil was asking, what do you do? Like, how are you so solid on those?
Now this is one area that I noticed, like at the US Open, you were as solid as anybody I've ever seen in the game on these putts. Is there anything that you do differently or precisely or here on these to make you one of the best short putters in the game?
And Bryson said a few things where he's like, I go straight back and straight through. I try to keep the face square, and that's about it.
Dude, I try to obviously line the dimples up. Everybody knows about that. Secondly, I have I'm very precise with my aim. And then thirdly, I try to take it straight back and straight through. Roll it right in the cup, just like that.
And they walked away. And then Bryson said, oh, there's another thing. And this was pretty wild, I thought.
And I actually don't watch the ball. I look at my putter head as I move back and forth.
Okay.
So I never get ball
See, that's
focused.
interesting right there.
I sit up over the ball, I make sure the lines are squared up,
Yeah.
and then I watch the putter head go through in a straight back, straight through line. And just imagining a chalk line down.
So when he's putting, he follows the putter with his eyes. Not only does he follow, like, not just his eyeballs, like he doesn't like keep his nose pointed at where the ball was and then go. He actually moves his head with it. So the eyeballs and the sockets stay about where they are. And you actually see his head move just a little bit this way and that way. So I'm gonna test that today. And we're gonna see, somewhat scientifically, we're gonna try anyway, what is a better short putting method. First is traditional, looking at the ball and stroking it, okay, with a good routine and everything. And then we're gonna do a Bryson's way where you watch the putter go back and through. And put your guesses in there now. Which one do you think will hold the most putts? So the first thing I'm going to do, this will be a pretty quick video. It'll be a long time for me to make this video. It'll be a pretty quick video once it's edited, I think. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna putt 50 times down this track, regular, and we're gonna see how many out of 50 I can make regular. So we're gonna do this now. We're gonna put this to the test. So this is the Be Better Golf putting stick. It's like the length of a yard, and I think it's 1.25 inches across, and then it's got this felt material on it. So it's like the perfect thing to work on straight putts. And I think I'd have to do I don't know if it's like triangulation or whatever, but I think this is the equivalent of making a 5.5 or 6 foot putt. I'm gonna take one of these dots. These are the iridescent dots that go on the foresight. So if I put that right there, that kind of helps me concentrate on what to look at. I'm not gonna do that now. This is just gonna be totally regular. Okay. So 50 regular, and we're gonna see how many I make. This is me looking at the ball. Just getting a baseline here, 2 for 2. And if nothing else, this test motivates you to use the Be Better Golf putting strip. That would be such a boost, such a big boost to the golf world, because there's nothing I've found that's better than using this a ton of times a day. There's 3. 3 for 4. Lost my focus. I gotta focus on this. 7 for 8. All right, 9 out of 10. 24, that's halfway there. This took a long time. All right, there's 49 for 50, the way I do it. Usually I make about 9 out of 10. But now we're gonna do Bryson's method of looking at the putter the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna do that right now. This is not tedious or boring at all. Okay, let's go. Now I'm looking at that dot. 1. Like the eyeballs in your eye sockets thing, you don't have to move your head a lot. Just, it doesn't have to be like frozen while you watch it either. I don't think that's good. But you should kind of loosen your eyes up before you do this so that they can move around. But then, yeah, you're watching it. It'll just make about that much head motion. 2. I will say that, like, in doing this, it seems like if you have kind of like a hit impulse to the short putts, this could smooth that out. 16. There's 20 in a row. 21. All right. That was 50 for 50, doing it Bryson's way, where the eyes are really tracking it. All right, so the final results between standard and Bryson's way is I made 49 out of 50 just looking at the ball only and stroking it. And I have done this stick for a while, and that's a lot. Like getting 49 out of 50, that's good. So I was thinking this is going to be a dud because there's no way I'm going to make 50 out of 50. There's not a lot of room for improvement. But there we see Bryson's way, in just the numbers, that was 50 for 50 that I made doing it Bryson's way. So that is a 2% improvement. I've done this with Bryson's method out on the course, and I did notice that one of the things that's like a crucial difference is that when you have just like your putter and you're looking down at it, right? And you're stroking it, and you want to keep your eye on the putter, sometimes you don't know whether to look here or to look here or to look there. So I put this little dot, and that dot I think helped me in both. I had the dot on for both tests. I think that dot, it helped me in my swing, and it also helped me looking at it the way Bryson does. So the one thing they say, all right, in the pros and cons between these two different ways, and especially in doing it looking at the ball, a pro of it for sure is that you feel when you do it, you feel a little bit more free, and the hit kind of comes as a surprise almost. Where if you have a little bit of that hit impulse through the ball on short putts and you're a little nervous, that could be something that you might want to look at putting this way, because it kind of seemed to smooth out my stroke. All right, so let's test this out. We're at the golf course. You can see I put that little dot, and we're going to test it out both ways. I think the best way to do this is because we really have to tease out what will be the better method. And the one way to tease it out is to just do it a ton of times. So without just playing for months and months each way to figure out which would be the better way of putting, what we can do is, this is a special game that I play. It's 9 holes, and you are doing 9 different distances, and you can do it on a putting green. So today I'm going to do you take the numbers 1 through 9, and you randomize them, and each one is a step. Okay, so I just went on the app. I said randomize the numbers 1 through 9 for me. So it's going to be 4, 7, 2, 9, 1, 5, 8, 3, 6. So that means 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're going to do just normal at first and try to set a baseline here. As long as I keep everything fairly random, I should be able to tease out the difference between looking at the putter and looking at the ball. Here I'm going to be looking at the ball for these first 36. Made one, finally. All right. All right, 3 under. Nice. All right, 5 unders through 27. I'm going to do this one more time. So that was me looking at the ball the traditional way, and I was 7 under for 36 holes. No 3 putts, so that's good. Speed was good. I was kind of conservative. I wasn't really banging it or going for it, but that's kind of how I would play on the course. Now we're going to switch. We're going to do Bryson's way. I'm going to watch this dot right here back and through as much as I can. All right, we start with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Darn it, that was stupid. 9 more holes to go. 8 under now. 2 3 putts in the first 27 holes. Go anyway, go anyway, go anyway. Yes. 9 under. Yes, that was a bonus. Yes, I didn't want to miss that. All right, 11 under. Go, go, go. Ah. All right, that was 36 holes doing it Bryson DeChambeau's way, where you look at the putter the entire time. Yeah, 11 under, doing it his way. So doing it my way, I was 7 under. Doing it his way, I was 11 under. All right, so final thoughts from doing this on the course. It seems that Bryson DeChambeau's way of looking at the putter while you stroke it seems to be the superior way to putt from about 15 or 18 feet and in. I would say about from 5 steps in and 15 feet and in. Those short putts, that does seem to be a better way to get it started online. And there's just, I don't know, there's just something about it. I made more putts from there. Once you get out past 5 steps, going, you know, from 15 to 30 feet and beyond, I wouldn't look at the putter while you stroke it. So what am I going to take from this? I'm going to keep practicing it, and I think I'm going to start employing from about like 12 feet and in. I'm going to start looking at that dot that I put on my putter. I put one of those like iridescent dots there. I'm going to start looking at that while I hit my putts. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you would like to get a Be Better Golf putting stick like you saw me use earlier in the video, go to BeBetterGolf.net/pro-shop. You'll see them there. I've just made a whole bunch of them, and I've sent them out all over the country. Not the world, just the country. But I sent them out all over the country, and people have really enjoyed them because I think it's the fastest way to get better at putting. If you start doing this daily, and then also if you incorporate not just doing the same thing again and again, but you do some of that differential learning stuff that I was talking about, where you try to make it down the stick from all different kinds of setups, that and grips and tempos and strike locations, that really does something to your brain and gets you just draining so many more putts. Thanks to Bryson for putting that video out. Thanks to Phil for teasing that question out of him. See you later. Click the subscribe button for more. Bye.